In a world obsessed with motion, doing nothing feels like betrayal. From the moment we wake up, we are conditioned to act, achieve, optimize, and push forward. We are told that stillness equals laziness, that rest is wasted time, and that every pause threatens our progress. Yet beneath this noise lies a forgotten truth, that stillness itself can solve what relentless striving cannot. The greatest transformations in nature, mind, and spirit often occur not through force, but through surrender. To understand the power of doing nothing is to rediscover a law older than ambition, that life unfolds most perfectly when we stop trying to make it so. The ancients knew this secret well. Lao Tzu, in the Tao Te Ching, wrote, "When nothing is done, nothing is left undone." To the uninitiated, this sounds like nonsense. How can inaction achieve completion? But Lao Tzu was not advocating idleness. He was revealing a deeper rhythm to existence, one that moves through balance, not struggle. The Tao, or the Way, flows effortlessly. It does not strain, and yet it accomplishes all. The river does not push against the rocks. It shapes them through time. The tree does not force its growth. It opens itself to the sun and lets life rise through it. So too, the wise person learns that doing nothing is not inaction, but alignment, allowing what is natural to unfold without interference. Stillness, in this sense, is not the absence of activity, but the absence of resistance. It is the mental state in which the unnecessary ceases. Most of our effort is wasted not in doing what must be done, but in fighting what already is. We struggle against outcomes, emotions, and imperfections, hoping that through more control we will find peace. But peace cannot be forced. When we let go of control, we discover that calm has always been present beneath the turbulence of desire. The effort that once seemed noble often reveals itself as an obstacle to clarity. Doing nothing, in the spiritual and philosophical sense, means suspending the ego's obsession with fixing, managing, and perfecting so that reality can breathe again. Consider the mind itself. The harder we try to silence it, the louder it becomes. The more we chase happiness, the faster it runs. This paradox sits at the heart of all inner struggle. The Stoics understood it too. Epictetus taught that disturbance comes not from things, but from our judgments about them. When the mind relaxes its grip, the world softens in response. Doing nothing, therefore, becomes a radical act of trust, a faith that order will emerge when we cease to interfere. In the same way that muddy water clears when left undisturbed, the soul finds clarity not through agitation, but through stillness. Modern culture, however, glorifies the opposite. We live in the cult of busyness. To be still is to risk being irrelevant. Productivity has replaced presence as the measure of worth. Even leisure is scheduled, optimized, and tracked. Yet beneath this feverish activity, a quiet fatigue spreads, a spiritual exhaustion born not of effort itself, but from disconnection. We no longer know how to be. Our hands move faster than our hearts. Our thoughts outpace our breath. The tragedy is not that we are tired, but that we have forgotten how to rest. We confuse motion with meaning, and by doing so, lose both. Doing nothing, then, is not withdrawal. It is resistance to the tyranny of constant doing. It is a form of rebellion, an act of reclaiming one's being from the machinery of endless progress. When we stop, even briefly, we begin to see again. The simple act of pausing, of not reacting, not planning, not striving, opens a space in which perception deepens. The Japanese call this ma, the silence between notes, the emptiness that gives shape to form. Without it, there is only noise. Stillness restores proportion. It reminds us that life is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be lived.
In relationships, doing nothing can also heal more than words or effort ever could. When conflict arises, our instinct is to argue, to defend, to explain. Yet silence often speaks with more wisdom. A pause allows emotion to cool, perspective to settle, and empathy to return. The art of doing nothing in communication is the art of presence, being fully there without needing to fix the moment. It is the stillness of the listener that gives the speaker room to hear themselves. Effort divides, stillness unites. Even in creativity, stillness is indispensable. The artist who forces inspiration finds only repetition. The thinker who demands insight meets only noise. Great ideas emerge not from continuous motion, but from intervals of rest, from letting the subconscious arrange what the conscious mind cannot. The poet Rilke advised a young writer to have patience with everything unresolved in your heart. This patience is a form of doing nothing. It is the trust that understanding ripens on its own time. Like a seed buried in soil, insight grows best when untouched by impatience. There is also a physiological wisdom in stillness. The body, when given rest, heals itself. The breath, when slowed, calms the heart. Meditation, the disciplined practice of doing nothing, reveals how much energy is wasted in ceaseless thought. Through stillness, the nervous system resets, stress hormones fall, and clarity returns. Neuroscientists confirm what sages intuited, that a quiet mind restores balance, and that the brain's default mode, when not engaged in tasks, is where integration and creativity occur. Doing nothing, biologically, is essential to functioning well. Stillness, however, should not be mistaken for passivity. Doing nothing is not the same as giving up. It is a strategic withdrawal from futile struggle. Sometimes the wisest action is no action. When the archer pulls the bow too tight, the string snaps. When the sailor fights the wind, the boat capsizes. Action has its time, but wisdom is knowing when to stop. The power of doing nothing lies in discernment, understanding the boundary where effort ends and grace begins. To be still is not to abandon effort, but to align it with the rhythm of life rather than the noise of will. In times of uncertainty, the urge to act becomes strongest. We feel that by doing something, anything, we can regain control. Yet this is when stillness is most needed. Panic produces blindness. Calm allows clarity. The greatest leaders and thinkers understood this paradox. Marcus Aurelius, even amidst war, reminded himself to be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved, and the raging of the sea falls still around it. Stillness in such moments is not weakness, but strength, the ability to hold one's center while the world sways. It is what separates the frantic from the wise. Nature models this perfectly. The seasons change without rush. The moon waxes and wanes without effort. Even decay serves a purpose. When a field lies fallow, it gathers strength for the next harvest. The tree in winter appears lifeless, but is merely conserving energy. Doing nothing in the natural order is not wasteful, it is renewal. Humanity's tragedy lies in forgetting that we are part of this same cycle. We demand perpetual summer, endless growth, and constant harvest, ignoring that dormancy is what makes life fertile again. Spiritually, the power of doing nothing touches the deepest truths of existence. Many traditions teach that enlightenment is not gained through addition, but through subtraction, the peeling away of illusion, desire, and fear until only awareness remains. Meditation, contemplation, and prayer all lead toward this inward stillness. When we sit in silence, we do not create peace, we uncover it. We see that the self we thought we had to improve was never broken to begin with. Doing nothing in its highest form is the realization that we are not the doer at all, that life acts through us, not because of us.
The modern person resists this idea. To surrender control feels dangerous. We equate non-doing with failure. Yet the paradox of mastery is that it arises only when control dissolves. The musician does not think of each note, they disappear into the music. The martial artist does not plan each movement, they flow with instinct. The master craftsman, the poet, the philosopher all reach a point where effort gives way to effortless action. This is Wu Wei, the Taoist ideal of non-forcing, where doing and being become one. It is in this union that true power lies, not the power to dominate, but the power to harmonize. There is also a moral dimension to stillness. Much of the harm in the world arises not from malice, but from restless doing, from the compulsion to act without reflection. The politician who must always respond, the leader who cannot pause, the individual who cannot wait, all contribute to chaos by refusing stillness. Ethical action requires space. Without the pause that stillness provides, we repeat patterns of reaction. Doing nothing at times is the highest form of wisdom, the refusal to act from ignorance. But doing nothing requires courage. It means facing silence, uncertainty, and the discomfort of our own minds. We're addicted to distraction because it shields us from ourselves. To stop is to meet what we've been avoiding, our fears, regrets, and loneliness. Yet beyond that discomfort lies freedom. Stillness reveals that what we feared was never separate from us. In the quiet, we rediscover that life does not need our interference to be whole. The universe, left to itself, is complete. Ultimately, the power of doing nothing is the power of returning to awareness, to presence, to the simplicity of being. When we learn to sit quietly, we begin to see that life unfolds without our constant management. We become witnesses rather than manipulators. This witnessing is not passive, it transforms perception itself. The same world appears softer, more luminous. Problems that once demanded action dissolve into understanding. What effort could not untangle, stillness makes clear. So the next time you are tempted to fix, to push, or to rush, pause. Let the moment be. Trust that in doing nothing, something greater is at work. Just as the tide does not need to struggle to reach the shore, you do not need to struggle to be yourself. Stillness is not escape, it is return. It is the realization that what you seek through effort has been waiting, quietly, within you all along. Doing nothing, paradoxically, is the highest form of doing, not because it achieves what effort can't, but because it reveals that effort was never needed in the first place.